Hey everybody, Scott Stalker here again. Let's continue on with our theme of professional development. I want to introduce a book to you that some may find controversial. Many of you may disagree with me, but I would offer reading this book gives you insight into an individual who in many ways has changed the world and in some ways has gone on to try and change other parts of the world and the universe itself. And that's the book by Walter Isaacson, Elon Musk. A fascinating book, a really large book. It's going to take you some time to finish this one, but I would offer well worth your time. Walter Isaacson had the opportunity to shadow Elon Musk for 2 years, gaining great access and had opportunity to listen to him talk to employees and see him operate. He also had the opportunity to interview and to speak with many of his childhood friends and employees and folks that he's around today. In the book, we follow Musk's journey from a traumatic young boy in South Africa, and some of the challenges he faced with his father and some of the violence he went through and what that means for him going into early adulthood and the man he would later become. A man who went on to purchase SpaceX and Tesla, and later his takeover of Twitter as well. His impact on great power competition. If we think about in the military, great power competition and what that means and how we're trying to avoid great power conflict. I think it's fascinating because he is an individual, as he's grown a company that offered Starlink services to the Ukraine, and we get to see firsthand what that meant and how they were able to, the civilians there, continue to access the internet while Russia, a great power nation, really was powerless to do much against the corporation and Elon Musk in general. His purchase and takeover of Twitter, now known as X, and what that means for those that are for or against his ideas, and how he thought it was best to give a voice to everybody and do that on his own platform. Again, I think that's fascinating, and there's controversy there, right? But with great success often does come those naysayers that are out there. Now he's taking on even more things, and he's tackling traffic. We look at what he's doing with his company Boring, and imagine if he's able to succeed there and to dig those tunnels underground, what that would mean for traffic in places like Boston and Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, New York, and Miami. Just a tremendous opportunity there. Many will tell him he's crazy, but a lot of people have told him he's crazy, and he seems to have succeeded along the way. His fascination with artificial intelligence, I think, is incredible as we see what that's doing with ChatGPT, with Bard, with other capabilities that are out there in the generative AI world, and what he's trying to do with the human, machine, and brain interface. This has potential for some of the sci-fi that we see out there, like The Matrix, for example, and the fact that they were able to download information. Is that going to be possible in the future? Well, who knows? But certainly with Elon Musk behind that, I wouldn't bet against him. I realize he's a controversial figure, but he's also enjoyed tremendous success while assuming much risk. And I'm inspired by his work ethic, his vision, his drive to succeed, and his ability to get others to work hard as well. I'm confident that we will soon see Occupy Mars t-shirts. If you were to go to his Los Angeles facility, SpaceX, or even in Cape Canaveral, you'll see a lot of employees wearing Occupy Mars t-shirts. They have that vision and they have that drive, and I would venture to say they're likely going to get us there. And for the first time, we will be largely in part because of him and many others, because of his vision, an interplanetary species. It's going to be a fascinating future. Again, I realize he's a controversial person, but who wants to go through life always surrounding yourself with everyone you agree with, reading books about everything you already agree in? I find that pretty boring, and so I wanted to read more about him and learn more about him. And so for me, in 2024, I put Elon Musk's book by Walter Isaacson on my reading list because I think it'll do a lot for each individual that has the opportunity to read that, who will challenge their own assumptions, who will learn more about an individual who has really done a lot for us, from electric vehicles to, again, occupying Mars, Twitter, and others and beyond. Elon Musk is a fascinating figure to me. I realize he comes with controversy, but I wanted to read this book, and I highly recommend it to you as we focus on our own professional development in 2024.